Hi, it's Minna from Flex Boots and Hidalgo Saddles in Australia. This video will show you how to put your panels onto a default starting position on a saddle that has centered and even stitching lines in the Velcro area that you can follow. Righto, I've got my panels, so I've got another Spanish saddle with Spanish panels, and the bottom, the Velcro area of this saddle has a centered seam down through the middle of the gullet, and it's got two seams on either side of the gullet that are an even distance away front to back. So we can use these three lines to place our panels in the correct position. So for this one, I'll do this one first. So again, this panel doesn't run the entire length of the saddle, so I'm going to set them forward. So my 4-finger clearance at the back, which is the width of, I like to use this width of my hand, which means the middle of that is about between these two fingers. So I'm going to set the gap between those fingers aligned with the center stitching line through the gullet. Sorry, these are a bit noisy. So I'm going to set a little bit forward so it reaches the front, and just stick the back down, don't worry about the front for now. And the other one, so I'm just swap hands, use my other hand. And if this isn't exact, once you've stuck them down and you have a look, you'll be able to see if one is a bit further in or out than the other, and then you can adjust. See, I reckon I'm just like 1/2 mil out with that one. Okay, and also make sure that they're not sitting like this, so you're level at the back as well. Okay, now at the front, now I like to use the next line of stitching as a reference. So that's this guy here, and I've got the same on the other side. So for a nice default starting position on a saddle like this, if you pop the very top edge of the panel about 20 mil or 2 centimeters above this stitching line, that's a good spot to start. So I would normally look at this from the front when I do the front, but it's harder for you to see, so I'm just going to kind of bit of guesswork here. Go about there. So what you'll find is that you'll end up with a slight kind of fan shape where the panels sort of fan out a little bit towards the front. And you can hold the back down, if you need to shimmy this down a little bit at the front, you can hold the back down so you're not moving the rear of the panel, because you've already got that in the right place. So that's sort of there. So if you're at the back here, you can I'll check here that I've got an even amount of Velcro from the middle seam towards the edge of the panel, like both sides. Check that it looks nice and level. This will all stick down tightly once you sit in it, so don't worry if it is a bit popped up or kind of puffy looking. And then, check from the front that you can even, you could even measure with a tape measure if you wanted to, but see, I think this one's a little lower. I'll look at it. So maybe like there. So then, check from the front and check from the back, but start here and see how it sits, see how the balance is. You can move the panels down a little, or you can move them up a little, depending on what your horse needs.